my name is Ashley Junius, nursing graduate student, here to do a leadership book review on The End of Leadership by Barbara Kellerman. Author's qualification. She has a Bachelor of Art from Sarah Lawrence College, a Master's of Arts, a Master of Philosophy, and a PhD from Yale University. She's currently a professor at Harvard University teaching public leadership. She's written numerous books and articles on leadership, and she's written books such as Bad Leadership, Followership and Leadership, Essential Selections on Power, Authority, and Influence. She served on the advisory board of Leadership Research Network, on the advisory panel of the White House Leadership Project Report, on the editorial board of Leadership Quarterly, and on the publication committee of International Leadership Association. She's been on the top 50 business thinkers of 2009 by Forbes.com, top 15 of 100 best minds of on leadership in 2008 and 9 by Leadership Excellence. In 2010, she was given the Wilbur McFeely Award for her pioneering work on leadership and followership, and she's a co-founder of International Leadership Association. And she's appeared often on media outlets such as CBS, NBC, PBS, CNN, NPR, and BBC. Purpose for this book discussion of leadership and followership changes in the 21st century. She addresses the balance of power changes between followers and leaders, bring to light how leadership has changed, the gap among leaders and followers. Leadership is judged based on two criteria, ethics and effectiveness, and she gives a lot of historical context on leadership, and identifies how social and technology influence has changed modern leadership. And she gives examples such as how technology influenced politics in China, for instance. The target audience for this book is businesses, leaders, followers, and anyone who's interested in leadership will gain knowledge from this book. The objective for this book: to address the industry over the last 40 years, to discuss leadership is declining due to trust from followers, and she gives examples, one being issues that employees had with Walmart in the mid-2000s, even to the point that they had lawsuits that Walmart had to settle out of court due to employees not getting breaks and scheduling problems. She addresses the teachings and actual practices of leadership. She addresses the areas of leaders, followers, and organizations, and the areas that they're lacking in. She addresses the critical assessments that must be done in all areas, from academia to organizations, to bridge the gap. Book strengths is very controversial while being insightful in the industry of leadership. It identifies leader-centric to servant leader and transformational leadership style changes over time, which is what many organizations and businesses are trying to transform their leaders to be. She gives examples from organizations such as Goldman, IBM, AT&T, CSC, and their initiatives to actually help transform their leaders to be those type of leaders. And she gives analysis on leadership industry challenges. Shortcomings of the book. While she addresses the different types of leadership, styles she lacks in discussing teaching leadership and the roles um, such as followerships and addressing the roles that each play, and also identifying and addressing the challenges each role have um, in this new era, addressing organizational roles and what the changes of power, balance of powers among leaders and followers, and the roles that business and organization plays, and other influences such as that causes changes in roles that come about every day. We have every day different type of thing that comes along that leaders have to prepare for. For instance, now you have Roe versus Wade. You may have initiatives that include inclusiveness, those type of issues that are new challenges um, that the workplace have to address and be prepared for, and leaders must now address and prepare for in the workplace. My personal recommendation for this book, yes, I do personally recommend this book for a knowledgeable insight on leadership. However, it does focus a lot on historical content that I do feel that the first part of the book um, is a little lengthy in that area. So um, some of that could be kind of skipped on, but I do still recommend the book because it gives a lot of knowledgeable insight on the leadership industry and the changes that have come about and that we must prepare for. And she also focused on some of the gaps that we must bridge between leaders and followers. She questions if leadership can be taught, and that's something else that we must address and be prepared for as leaders, and even those of us that's in school that's trying to gain more knowledge in this area. And she also feels that there's the danger that leadership can be obsolete. So that's something else that we need to keep in mind and be prepared for. And also, she also addresses leadership has been in a state of crisis, which is very important as leaders in this field and students and those working in the field that we have to be prepared for. Personal suggestions. Some would be, like I say, move past some of the historical context, focus more on the gap between leaders and followers, determine the direction leadership needs to go in, and how we can draw a better relationship between leaders and followers, and focus on businesses and their roles with leaders to do this, and how to change culture over time, and my resources. Thank you.